Bendiciones. Assalamu alaikum to all my brothers and sisters. Here we're going to go into the Sufi perspective of Iblis, and Iblis being as a tragic victim who has turned vengeful and now uses his cunning abilities to seduce man for the lesser good. In the beginning, in the Quran, God forms Adam from clay and breathes into him a portion of his own spirit. He then orders all the angels to bow to this unique creature, all who obey except for Iblis, who is convinced that his fiery essence raises him far above man, a creature that is just made of clay. His refusal, it angers God, and he is cursed and driven from the heavens. He is now going forward an object of evil and a symbol of all evil. What's not talked about is actually Iblis begged for forgiveness and begged to come back to heaven. Iblis wanted to be saved from punishment, and after begging and begging, God negotiated a deal and gave him one job, and that's to become the seducer of all mankind and testing them to see who's truly a faithful God follower. Iblis' request was granted with the understanding, though, that he cannot force an upright man or woman to sin. Over them, he has the power to invite, but not coerce. Adam and Eve are the first of all victim to Iblis' ways. This is where Iblis becomes the king of karma, to go ahead and serve justice and create chaos in man's life. In the origins of Iblis, long ago, there was a battle between the angels and jinn. And during the melee and during the battle, the angels took Iblis up with them as a captive up to the heavens. And through time, it was forgotten that he was not an angel, that he was a jinn. It was forgotten. And he became like the angels. And he lived his life or grew up around the angels. He even had a job as the guardian treasurer. In Arabic, we call it Kazin. And he would pray with the angels and study and gather all universal knowledge, just like the angels. From Iblis's perspective, he states that his path leads to no one else but God, and that he is a humble lover to God. Iblis feels that there is no shame in having a great relationship with God. Iblis feels that he wants to be forgiven for having a big head or a big ego because of his relationship with God, because he's been able to see God where no one else has. He feels that no one else knows him better than him, Iblis. He's known him for all eternity, and that he is better than man because for all ages, he has been there in service to God, submitting to God, and that there's no one else more knowledgeable about God than Iblis. Here's Iblis's message to God. I no longer experience a sense of distance after being distanced from you, since I've realized for a long time that nearness and distance are as one. As for me, even if I am abandoned, then abandonment comes my companion. How right or beautiful is it that abandonment and you are still loved by me? May you be praised in your providence and your pure essence for the sake of the guiltless worshiper who bows to no one but you, Allah, God. Even after my punishment, my submission to you, God. Iblis being the ultimate worshiper of God, who refused to bow down to the creation and only to the Creator. That's the definition of a Muslim. That's the definition of one that follows God. Iblis was doing nothing but what he was created to do, and that was to submit only to God, never the creation. So he never really strayed from the path of goodness.
bet you're sorry now, sorry now. Should've never let me go, letting me go. Oh, I bet you're sorry now. But you should save your tears for another man.